Hello. Thanks for tuning in. This is Virgil from the B-800 on your local AM radio stations. So we got quite a treat. We got quite the surprise back here today for you. Guess who's back in the studio? Kevin's back. You heard it here. So say hello to Kevin today, folks.
Hey there, this is Kevin Jacobson, back at Tackle Bait, B-800 on your AM stations. Been kind of on a hiatus here on the radio show because, there's almost something more you need other than just going out to the garage and tinkering and going out on the boat and fishing to escape your wife. Sometimes you can't escape her and you just gotta have a few beers, and sometimes a few beers turns into a few more beers, and you find yourself in
The ER?
they were saying I had total liver failure is what they were saying, which
Didn't they pronounce you dead on the operating table?
I didn't think I was dead. That's what the thing is that people trust doctors too much. It's okay, just because you have a piece of paper, that means you can tell me what's dead and what's not dead.
Yeah, the medical system certainly not on par with what I'd sure like it to be, and I'm sure what you'd like it to be. If they tell you you're dead, that's not news anyone wants to hear. How much are you paying for damn Obamacare finally is shut down?
Well, it was bound to happen eventually because we're not a communist country. In America, we're a democracy. So, but the deal is
a republic.
Another thing with this day and age is that grandparents raise the grandkids now. So my wife has had grandkids crawling around the house all the time, and which is nice because she leaves.
Wife?
Yeah, my recent wife, sure, not my ex-wife. I haven't heard from her. I hope she's
I saw her one day actually in the hospital room.
Well, that's where she belongs.
Well, she was paying you a visit there, Kev.
I don't recall, I guess, seeing her.
You were dead, I guess.
Maybe so.
Okay, so let's get on with the show here.
Sure.
We're dilly-dallying around here. Why don't we fulfill our legal obligations and tell the folks what they can hear and what they're about to hear and where they can hear it.
Okay. Well, this is, we do fishing reports from North Dakota and Minnesota primarily, some Montana and South Dakota when we have guests here on the radio show. But for the most part, we like to stick around North Dakota counties, Cass County, Barnes County, Benson County, Golden Valley, Emmons County, McHenry, Dunn County. That's where you'll see Lemoore, North Dakota, Lemoore Dam, North Dakota, Pierre County, Oliver County, Welsh County, Wells County. That's where you'll see, say Harvey, North Dakota, or Rugby, North Dakota, or New Richmond, North Dakota. And
I once was shot in Harvey, North Dakota once. That was quite a story.
You were shot? Sure. Okay. Well, were you hunting there, or?
No, I was out there we don't have a rifle range out there, but we kind of made our own. I'm not going to pay no damn nobody just so I can go over to their property and shoot guns. I'm just going to I'm going to do it. Sorry about the swear word, folks. I hope your kid wasn't in the car with you there. So one time I was out and I was shooting at the range, and I was with my grandkids, and we had the 7-year-old and the 9-year-old and the 13-year-old, and we were shooting some rifles, and only the 9-year-old and the 13-year-old were allowed to shoot the AR-15. Not the 7-year-old. I didn't want to be too irresponsible. You got to.
Sure.
Yeah. And so lo and behold, my daughter comes over and she's screaming and throwing a fit, throwing her arms up in the air. She's about to strangle me, and I'm thinking to myself, I gotta act fast. And so I tried to, I tried to derail and de-escalate the situation, which didn't really go according to plan there. The 9-year-old forgot to put his safety on, and the damn kid almost shot me, and so I had kind of a quick Vietnam flashback there, and out of nervousness, I just fired back and shot my daughter on accident. She didn't die. It was all an accident. It wasn't out of anger. It was just a reactionary impulse. And so that was a big deal, and I had to hear about that for a long ass time. In fact, I don't know why I'm bringing it back up, because now I'm going to have to hear about it probably again. Thank God
Sure.
I don't know no one who listens to this show where we do fishing reports.
That was in Harvey then? Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I suppose when you were out there shooting, I mean, nobody probably heard any of the shots, so you probably were in the clear just to take her to the hospital, say it was a hunting accident.
no.
That's what I would have done, is I would have said, oops, we were
She
hunting.
didn't need to go. Nobody had to deal with the police.
Well,
the
isn't
police are just
your
the DMV with guns.
wasn't your ex-wife a nurse? Did you call her and?
No, I knew from the battle that you can just pour some alcohol on the wound and you can just pull that damn little slug out of there.
Sure. Well, yeah, just some quick facts here about northern pike.
Yeah, let's hear some.
Pike can grow to a relatively large size. The average length is about 40 to 55 centimeters, 16 to 22 inches, with maximum recorded lengths up to 59 inches, and published weighs of 63 pounds. Well, 63 pounds is a pretty big northern pike. I mean, I'm happy just to get a 10-pounder. I mean, you consider typically a trophy pike is about 20 pounds.
Sorry, what about that?
Yeah, well, what I'm just kind of tired of lately is when you go and do business with people and they want all this money up front. Have you ran into that at all, Virgil? I mean, the way I've always been raised to do business with folks, you get paid when the job's done.
Yeah,
That's when you get paid, is when the job's done.
have you ever noticed kids these days are just the most arrogant little pricks ever? I mean, I'll see them outside, they're walking around with their pants sagging down to the fucking ground, and it is so infuriating. Think that we came all the way that we crossed the Atlantic Ocean hundreds of years ago. We had fought the Indians in this land, 'cause that's what happens in war.
To get our birthright.
Yeah.
Sure.
War has been happening all around the globe for centuries and centuries, since the beginning of time. Even insects gain territory. Well, they don't have territories, but even dogs have territories. And
Well, this is what I hear my grandkids always bitching. What they say is, well, Grandpa Kev, how are we supposed to get these jobs?
Shove it. Put an apron on. Tell her that.
How are we supposed to get these jobs with no experience? They say, oh, you need to have experience in order to get the jobs. Like, well, when I was your age, I had 15 years working experience when I was 21 years old.
Yeah, we just
We
showed
were
up to a
working-
construction
we were
site
working
and we
6
just
years
picked
old.
up a hammer and we
Well,
just started pounding away.
Yeah, at the
Granted,
quarry. I mean, we were working at the quarries. We were working in local farms. We were working plowing. We were picking up after job sites. I mean,
we were doing
railroad.
stuff we
the
weren't
railroad
even necessarily asked to do.
The Sioux line ran right through Rugby, and we would
You know,
go and pick up the scrap iron that falls off.
yeah.
You know, and we would scrap the iron.
Oh, you were one of those little parasites that would come and try to take the metal off everything. You guys got a little overzealous, I think, at times because you would start taking metal off things that weren't even necessarily damaged.
No.
My family would set shit outside for one fucking night, and you guys would assume that means that we're just throwing it away. No, it's free for all, free for the world. Come here. You can get it all here. You can just come on over, scrap everything, and leave us with some junk in the morning. My grandma used to feed you bums when you come by on the trains. I don't know why she did it. But
well, the point is, Virgil, we were working, and that's really that's really the difference.
Yeah, kids now, you got 80 kids who want to make a new hip hop album. I mean, 80 kids out of a
hip hop.
Yeah, stupid hippity hop music. I mean, is there not enough of that? Do we lack that in some field or resource? Is there a demand for more hip hop? No.
Okay, so here's a few.
What there's
you're
a
listening
demand
to
for
Tackle
is
Beat,
new blue collar jobs.
800
We need
AM on your AM station.
Go ahead, Kev.
We cover fishing reports throughout Minnesota as well as North Dakota. We kind of read off a few North Dakota county. Here's a few Minnesota counties. There's Clearwater County, Otter Tail.
About the incident on 85.
Oh, with the kid running around with the motorcycle who got plastered on the...
Yeah, before the show started, we got a report of this coming in, so just to bring you some news here. There's an 18-wheeler involved, I know, and unfortunately, a careless mother...
I'll tell you what the deal was, is there was a man trying to do his job driving truck, and there was some punk kid popping wheelies on the interstate, and he got his ass splattered on 85 is what happened.
Yeah, you know.
And now this truck driver now. This truck driver now, he's probably going to have to answer some questions, which is really horseshit.
Bring him to court and do the whole rigmarole and the hibbity.
I would just say, look, I was doing my job, and the thing is,
Jewish lawyers, bring them in and just settle. You know, that's what I don't get about sexual assault these days either. You'll have some woman on a radio station, just like ours, say, "Oh, this man sexually assaulted me," and she'll settle. I mean, if he's really a sexual assaulter,
then why is there a price? Why is there a price?
If you give me $1 million, we can make this all go away, and I'll keep my job. And
I think Virgil, I think you raped me. Maybe I should take you to court and get some dough out of you. But then again, there isn't really anything to take. There wasn't anything to take because unlike me, you weren't running around trying to find scrap iron when you were 6 years old trying to get that.
Oh my fucking God, this is bullshit. You know, I brought you back into the station.
The Northern Pike gets its common name from its resemblance to the pole
You're
weapon
drinking every fucking
known
day,
as the pike.
Into the studio with your fucking
various other unofficial,
you're giving me all this shit
trivial
now about rape. Who the fuck do you think you are? Who gave you
trivial names are
job?
American
Whose grandson who
common
does the electronics here? Mine.
Well, my grandson.
I wouldn't be bragging about scrap metal from other people that doesn't belong to you. I wouldn't be proud of that. Do you think that's something to be proud about?
Well, Virgil, you know what my grandson does? He's
probably a lover who wants to go and celebrate all diversity and thinks we don't have enough multiculturalism going on in our neighborhoods.
Well, no, what my grandson does is he's one of those binary genders. He thinks he's a boy and a girl at the same time.
Well, that's what we were talking about, the highway. The kid was hula hooping on the highway. I mean, this fag queers out there doing that. I shouldn't even call them queer because I know they like that word. But yeah, wearing all the colors of Roy G. Biv in the spectrum, the rainbow, the rainbow. Oh, so, God had the rainbow as a promise to us. He gave us the rainbow, and what do these people do? They just desanctify it.
It's blasphemous, is what it is.
It is blasphemy. That is what it is. Let's stop not calling it what it really is. You have enough people sitting around looking at their legs. They're going to decide, what all can we fit between here? What can we mix? What genders can come out of these two legs? We were chopping wood when we were 6 years old. We had an axe in our hands. We were drafted when we were on our 18th birthday. We had to go through some serious shit. I know you skipped out on the war and just so you could go play hockey, but
I was flat-footed, Virgil. I'm flat-footed. I wanted to go in and fight, but instead I had to work on
I think you probably told
planes.
them that you were homosexual, actually. And don't go bitching about this heteronormative culture. That's how it works. That's why we're here right now.
My grandson, Virgil, he thinks that he's both a boy and a girl at the same time.
And I think he's a heterophobe.
So that means he doesn't like straight people?
Yeah.
Sure.
But I don't even use the word phobe. Anything. Even with even when I went back to arachnophobia, I'm not. Yeah, it's fine to be Islamophobic, but arachnophobic. I know those are spiders. We got spiders. People are afraid of these damn spiders. Like, why?
Well, if you can see here, Virgil, we're doing the show in my garage. This is primarily where I like to hide from my wife. When she wants me.
I'm not trying to come in and trample on anything you got going on in here.
What I'm doing in my garage, as you can see, I do a lot of the totes.
Yeah,
for storage.
Yeah, what do you got in those totes?
Well, a lot of it is just the stuff the wife wants me to store, and I don't understand why we just throw it away. I mean, she comes home with bags and bags of more stuff, and I said we need to go.
Your fucking redneck ass would just walk over and dig through the garbage and try to clip some wires and scrap some metal, wouldn't it?
Well, Virgil, the point is here, I have a garage, Virgil. I know you got your shop, and I know you got your trailer house and your lake house, but I mean, I'm living in town here, and it's a different world in town.
You were in the lake a couple months ago. You were at the bottom of the fucking lake a couple months ago. Now you're talking about your nice garage.
I think I saw your ex-wife on the bottom of the lake when I was down there, now to think about it.
Oh, shit.
You're
joking, though, right?
Well, it just depends, Virgil. Let's see how the attitude continues. We'll see if this is a joke or not.
Oh, what? You want me to say sorry? Is that what you're asking for?
Northern pike are most often olive green.
Yeah, let's talk about some fish.
Shading from yellow. Well,
After
I think
this
primarily,
is a fishing show.
Primarily
when
Kevin's
you talk problems show. This isn't Kevin's scrapping metal show. This is sorry for my swearing. It's a little off the hook. And I'm not talking about our segment where we have callers call in when they're on the line. I'm talking about the fish. So, sorry about that, folks, but you are listening. If you're just tuning in, this is the B-800 on your local radio stations. We cover fishing reports for the following counties.
Okay, here, we'll get,
Anyway, so go on, Kev.
Well, you can, sure, you go for the counties.
Alright, okay, yeah, I bet it's time for an update. Okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and read off some counties here, if you don't mind. Just so you're in the 411, even though I know if you're listening to this radio show, you probably don't really necessarily need the info, but if you're going down the road and going on a trip, you'll know that you can turn on when you're in this following county, such as Goodhue County, Minnesota, Itasca County, Dakota County, Otterdale, St. Louis County, Olmsted County, Carlton County, Chisago County, Shelburne County, Cass County, Crow Wing County, Benton, Beltrami, Morrison, Meeker, Wright, Blue Earth, even though they don't have radios on those reservations, Kennebec.
Well, they do when they're stolen.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Well, my wife likes to go to the casino there, the Shooting Star in Monoman.
She wants to spend all your money.
Well, I mean, most of the time she goes for her scrapbooking conventions. You know, my wife, I swear she lives for scrapbooks. I think the only reason why she's still alive is because she wants to record as much as she can in a scrapbook. She doesn't do things in life to really enjoy them. She enjoys them, so she does them so that way she can put it in a scrapbook. So it's scrapbook worthy.
Retrospective dissonance.
Well, she went to this cruise. We wanted to go on this cruise, and
Scientology.
she just wanted to scrap what we were doing in the cruise, and she didn't even enjoy the cruise.
Your wife's a big fan of Tom Cruise too, huh?
Well,
that's all I hear about is Tom Cruise from my wife.
Which I don't understand why, because she's a good Christian. She's a Christian lady. I mean, she goes to church.
Yeah.
She does her women's Bible studies groups, and I don't understand why she's okay with Tom Cruise being a part of that cult.
You know, on his movie sets, he doesn't even see other people. He has all Scientologists working around him, handing him his water bottles, his scripts. He won't even
Okay, here's a caller here. This is a freshwater biologist from NDSU here. We're talking to Tom Johnson. We're gonna ask him a few questions. Tom, are you there? You're on the B-800 show.
Hi, Tom.
Okay, so what we want to know, Tom, is we want to know about spring catfishing on the Red River here in Fargo here.
Yeah, you know, the spring cats, they're biting right now, you know, out there on the Red River.
As they will. What spots would you recommend?
Where would you
Virgil, I can't quite hear you there. What were you saying there?
I was asking you what certain spots you like to use. If you have any preferences. Obviously not sexual preferences, but fishing preferences.
Well, my sexual preferences are that I'm straight.
All right, good.
But my fishing preferences, I like to use goldeye for bait this time of year. You know, chunked up and.
Did you say trumped
I
up?
throw it in the water. You know, on a big old like 5/0 circle hook. You know, right around the first current seam. Anywhere where there's slack water meeting the first, you know, main
right
channel.
In the channel,
there.
sure.
And,
yeah, right in the channel where the slack hits the channel, yeah. Well, is it at the... Okay, now, this is my deal now, Tom. Now, you're a freshwater biologist now, and so you heard it from the horse's mouth here. Do you fish in the channel for catfish? Are you supposed to be in the...
Can.
You can, okay.
You can. The idea this time of year is you're looking for the catfish in their hole. Catfish live in little craters in the riverbed, and those can be dug out by the current. Those can be dug out by a tree that has fallen into the river. But basically, you're looking to find a nice a nice little hole where the catfish are going to be hanging out. If you put your bait in there, they're going to bite.
So do you go down into that hole? Do you go down into that hole?
Well, I think the holes move now, Tom, don't they? I mean, one hole one year that was a success might not be a success the following year. Is that because the river? Sometimes the holes move.
You got that exactly right, Kev. They change, month to month even. With the.
I see spit putting on the end of that line.
Well, I'm a fan of between 15 and 30 pound braided line. However, there are folks who swear by 30-pound monofilament because there's a little bit of stretch for your hook set. I think they're full of shit.
Sure. Yeah. Well, okay then. Yeah, because mono line, it's gonna have a certain threshold and it'll snap on you.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, when you're talking big cats, but okay then, Tom. I appreciate you being on the show here. That was Tom Johnson from
quick.
NDSU Freshwater Biology.
What county are you currently in right now, Tom?
What county? Verge is asking here. What county you're currently calling from here, just for our viewers and our legal obligations for making sure that you know where the radio show is being heard.
Well, I'm currently in Douglas County. However, most days you can find me in either Cass or Becker County, but sometimes Trail County, and sometimes my thoughts on domestic violence are that it's a horrible thing, and people should not do it.
Thanks, Tom. Well, we'll talk to you. That was Tom Johnson from NDSU Freshwater Biology Department. Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, Tom.
Yep, thanks for having me on, Kevin and Birch.
All right, then.
Anytime. Come
okay,
back.
we'll talk to you then.
All right, I think he's off the line now.
Okay, that was Tom Johnson.
So it's a buddy of yours there, Kev.
Well, he's...
Have you been fishing with him?
I haven't been fishing with him, but I read in his North Dakota Outdoors, he writes a column.
Does he?
Yeah, the column he writes is very... I don't really know science. I mean, when we were growing up, we didn't really know what science really... And even now, I don't really know the science, but he gets it
you're
down...
You're about a century old there, Kev.
He gets it down to a science, his fishing. He really knows how to predict a fish.
To get the food to eat?
Well, sure. I mean, I've been listening to or reading his column. I've been reading his column.
Himself in just so he can be there to sink a line. I mean, no one has to tell a golfer how to sink a putter.
Well, I've been reading his column for quite a few years, and it's been helping me out quite a bit there on the Red River.
No one has to tell a farmer's daughter how to make butter. She just knows by instinct.
Okay, so you're listening to B-800 AM on your AM radio station.
I have a bone to pick with science, and I'm not talking about the catfish bones.
And Kevin Jacobson. I've been on kind of a hiatus lately. Haven't really been on the radio show.
Aren't you supposed to say, this is Kevin Anderson, I am an alcoholic in recovery, when you get on the show?
Verge, it's been a rough recovery, and you drinking that beer right now in front of me, it's really waving the steak in front of the dog's nose here. It's making me feel cornered like a wild animal, and I just want to strike on that beer. And I'm currently I've been drinking
it's
a
like
lot of.
When you're mad at your wife and you just want to let a quick one.
Oh shit. Well, I don't know about laying into a guy's wife like that, but
well,
that does come.
Place.
that comes with drinking, I suppose.
You know, some of us can handle it and some of us can't, and the ones that do shouldn't be able to have to pay for the ones that can't. They're having that.
Sure.
Some of us want to sit out on our lake house all spring and until the damn ice melts. Should anybody really be sorry?
Okay, let's
Because
take
I
a word
warned-
from our sponsors
Yeah,
here.
can